Hi guys, the lady here. Right, so today I'm going to do a really nostalgic recipe. Been thinking a lot about me Nana recently, and I remember her making this for me granda because it was his absolute favourite. And it's a syrup pudding with homemade custard. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you the ingredients. Right, I need 170 grams of butter. I've had this out of the fridge for a little while so it's nice and soft. I need 127 grams of caster sugar. I need 3 eggs, large eggs. I've got 2 tablespoons of milk. I've got the zest and the juice of this little orange here. I want 170 grams of self-raising flour and 150 mils of golden syrup. And for the custard, again, eggs, some double cream. I've got some corn flour and a little bit of vanilla there as well. So we'll crack on, we'll do the syrup pudding first. Right, so I've measured out the 170 grams of butter. I'm just going to pop that straight into here, nice and soft. Let's get a little bit stuck on the bottom there. So just get that in. There we go. And now I'm just going to crack 3 eggs straight in. Now I had a comment of somebody when I did this the last time, but all our eggs now are rigorously tested, so you know there's absolutely no chance of getting a bad egg. Well, very little chance of getting a bad egg. So I'm not going to dirty something else just to put that in. Right. And I'm just going to whiz that up until it's nice and light and fluffy. And I'll come back to you when it is. Right, that's all incorporated in there now. So I'm just going to add in the sugar and whiz it up again. Right, come back in a sec. Right, so I'm now going to zest the orange. And we want the juice as well. Just a little bit of orange here. This is just like a little satsuma type orange. But if you wanted to put a full big orange in, then you can do that as well. So I'm just gonna... Where is it? There it is. I need a knife. I'm just going to cut this in half, add the juice in as well. Just gives it a bit of nice flavour. And your 2 tablespoons of milk. Pop the paddle back on and beat that through for a little bit as well. Right, so I'm just going to measure out my flour and I'll come back. So the rest of this I'm just going to incorporate by hand. So in goes the flour. Just, you don't want to, you want a nice batter. You don't want it whisk too much. Just coming together nicely. Just keep going till it's all incorporated. Right, and I'll get me bowl ready. Right, so I've put the 150 millilitres of golden syrup in there, and now it's just a matter of putting this onto the top. Try and do it around the sides when you're first starting to put it in, just so the golden syrup still sits at the bottom. It will go into the sponge anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, but you want it to be on the top. So I'm just going to get, sorry if you cannot really see at this angle, I'm just going to get the rest of it in there now. Now this is a pint dish, So that's that. I'm just going to get that off to one side. I'm just going to move that over because now I need some baking paper. And some kitchen foil. And I need some string, so just give me 2 moments. Right, so I have my string ready there, so I'm just going to have, get that out the way, I'm just going to put a pleat in here, just for expansion of the pudding. And then we will do the same with this one, tuck around the same pleat. There we go. And that goes on the top of your bowl. Pair of scissors. Now I know there's brilliant ways of actually putting your string on so you can make a little handle and all of that business. I don't really think I've ever been able to do that. So I'm just going to do it the way I normally do. Right. There we go. Just going to get it underneath this top lid. So, all the way around. Oh. So I'm going to do this in the steam function in the Custard today, only because I'm at work and this is my lunch. And I'm going to let it steam, and I don't have to keeping an eye on it for losing the any water out of it, and that's just come off. Get it back on. You know it makes sense. Come on. There we go. No, we don't. Right, I haven't got enough at this end. You are not going to beat me. Or maybe you are. Right, I'm just going to do this and I'll come back. Right, so that bit of string did defeat us. So I've just done it again and I've just taken off the scraggly bits. So we'll go over and we'll get this into the Custard. Right, so I've plugged the Custard in and I'm going to put in about 2 inches of water in there, and then we'll get our pudding in. Oh, be balanced there. Pudding in there like that. I mean, you can do it in a pan, but you'll have to keep an eye that the water doesn't actually boil dry. And then what we need on here, where are we? Let's have a look. I have done this before in here, I'm sure I have. I'm just going to turn it around. There we go. So I want steam and I want it for 2 hours. Should be a quicker way of doing this. Probably is, and I just don't know it. I'm sure somebody will tell us if there is, and then just press play. Right, so I'm just going to let that go for the next couple of hours and then let it rest for a bit, and then the next time we come back we'll be cracking on with the custard. Right, so that's had the 2 hours. Just going to open it up. Let's have a little look. Let's move that out of the way. There we are. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this bowl over the top, tea towel, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it's definitely come out okay. So I'm just going to get this off here. Let's get a knife underneath there. And get rid of that. And there we have it, syrup sponge. So I'm just going to let that rest a little bit now because it's far too hot, and I'll just quickly do the custard. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I've got 300 mils of cream. I'm going to put that full 300 mils of cream into here. And then I'm going to get 200 mils of milk. Get that into there. You can do it with all cream. I just find it's a little bit too rich when you've got all that syrup and everything in the sponge as well. I'm going to do about a teaspoon of vanilla. Need some more of that actually. And I'm going to get that on the hob just to start warming up on there. Right, so I'm just going to get a bowl and we'll get on with doing the custard bit. Right, I'm just going to quickly separate 2 eggs. Oh, I like to do it this way. Do this into a bowl because I will save these egg whites and freeze them. Oh, come on, that's it. Put that one in there. One in there, just quickly wipe my hands. Right, so put them to one side. I get 2 tablespoons, or 2 dessert spoons, sorry, of caster sugar. I didn't need the new bag, so I still had enough there. So 2 of those in there like that. And then I want 2 of those. And that's corn flour. Helps you get a nice thick custard. We like a thick custard. If you're not that bothered, then just leave it out. And then what we'll do is, just mix this together until you form a paste that will go. There it is. Right, so we'll just wait for the milk and the cream to warm up and then we'll start finishing this off. Right, so this is just coming up now. You can see the little bubbles coming around the sides here. Means it's just about up to scalding point, and that's exactly what we want. It's going to turn you round. So I have got this mixture here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of this in here just to temper it. Mix that straight in. There we go. Soon comes together, and then that goes back in to the cream. Just going to bring you back round there again, and you just get this, make sure it's all in there, and then we'll just stir it until it thickens. You can feel it starting to thicken straight away. There we go. Right, so I'm going to turn this off and we'll get over and we'll play it up. Right, so I've summoned Ian. He's going to have a little bit of this. The rest of it's going to go to family tomorrow. Another happy bunny. There we go. There's the sponge. And you can always, and I might just give him a little bit of a treat. Put a little bit more golden syrup over the top. That's what my granddad used to always do.
Me see.
And then some custard over the top. Right. So, there we go. That's my syrup sponge and custard.
Look at that. Yummy. Put lips out.
You can only have a little bit.
You know why? Because I can only have just a little sliver. Oh, it's not fair. Right, anyway, let's crack on. I am gutted, like, because if I wasn't on my diet,
you would have had half.
I would have had a big, at least a quarter of that.
And then went back tomorrow for another quarter.
At least. Right, so I'm gonna. I know. This, I already know this is gonna taste good. But anyway.
Just little bits.
It's a horrible job, but somebody's got to do it. Oh my days.
I know exactly what he's thinking in his head, and it's not nice about me. Why do these recipes when I cannot eat them?
Yeah. If it was me, I'd just go. I'd get that whole lot of custard, pour it over the top, take the bowl away, and disappear into the front room. But I can't. I've been good, so yeah. Well, that is. The old school recipes are just, you just can't beat them, can you? No. Homemade custard with that syrup, sponge, steamed pudding, isn't it? Sweet pudding.
It's not syrup pudding, it's just steamed pudding.
Steamed sponge pudding. Oh. And that syrup sort of like caramelised. And it just gives it that, it's a proper pud. It's a proper, good old fashioned British pud.
Stick to your ribs.
I'm good because I've only got one more mouthful to go. Pet lip's going to come back out.
People will be telling us to hide it, but I don't need to. Once he gets his head in the game, he's fine.
No, honestly, as long as you get rid of it quickly.
Well, the family's taking it tomorrow.
Right, yeah.
So once it's cooled, I'll just cling film it.
Definitely. Right, yeah, that is. I think most of you know how good that tastes, but you've got to. You sort of forget, and it's just absolutely banging. Absolutely banging. Give it a go, and recreate those old classics. Right, so we will leave you there. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for everything that you do for us. It really means a lot to us. And just keep them all coming, keep all the likes coming, and all your lovely comments, and all your lovely recipe ideas. And if you haven't subscribed, why not? That sounds rude, doesn't it? Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, because it really helps us, along with the thumbs up. So, I will say bye for now. We'll both say bye for now, and we'll catch you guys very soon.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.